Hey everyone, Crystal's coming at you today from Joys and Toys in Hatboro. This is an amazing vintage toy store. You may have seen me here before. Of course, we are on the hunt for Muppet stuff. And of course, we're here with Dave from Cinema Sickness as well. He's here looking at, of course, movies. I mean, it's all he does. It's just look for movies. I mean, can we take you anywhere?
It's almost like I have a sickness.
A sickness.
Almost like that.
It's almost like you have a retro rest stop. I mean, that's something else.
Yep.
Okay, this is pretty wild. Here is a Tycho Sesame Street Elmo. Teach me Elmo. This is your hand. That's not a hand though. Your hands are over here. This is your tummy. That is definitely not his mouth, although I hope not. His hand is definitely not should be putting your hand there. And that is just very, very weird. Squeeze my nose and mouth, squeeze my tummy, squeeze my hand and foot. I don't even want to know what's going to go on over there. That's just really bizarre. Over here we have Sesame Street Magical Mobile. And look at the Tweedlebugs up there. That's cool. We got two different Tweedlebugs. We got, I think it's Ernie and Bert on that. It's Big Bird and Elmo on the other parts of the mobile. And then over here, still again, brand new, is this musical fairy tale mobile with a plush of Elmo, Big Bird, Ernie, and Cookie Monster. And it looks like Ernie's like a wizard or something in this like starry outfit. That is really wild. Again, all these are still brand new. I mean, a little beat up packaging, but still pretty much brand new in their packaging. Very tempting. More movies, Dave? I mean, more? I mean, you have a whole stack here to look through. So, did you find any Muppets in there?
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon's a Muppet, right?
I guess it could be. This is cool. You are a Disney princess.
Shut up.
But while Dave was looking through all those DVDs, I did find something that I want to pick up. It's Sesame Street, a 25th anniversary musical celebration, and it's only $1, and it's still brand new and factory sealed. So I am definitely going to grab this for the museum. Right here we have a Cookie Monster toy, the Child Guidance Sesame Street marble computer, which of course I already have, and a whole bunch over here, a whole bunch of Sesame Street tray puzzles. So the two Sesame Street tray puzzles are both Ernie Goes to the Doctor. One is by Marigold Press, and one is by Golden, and they're actually the same puzzle. One is slightly larger, as you can see, and it's a little bit different branding because one is Marigold Press. But look, basically the exact same puzzle, but by two different manufacturers. Over in the records section, they have the Square song from Sesame Street. I'm not sure what that song is. I guess I'm a square, because I don't know what that is. And then they have another copy of that. And what else is this? The Sesame Street Rubber Ducky, the Square song, Archie's theme, Sugar, oh, a whole bunch of just random stuff, okay. And surprise! The original cast recording from TV's Sesame Street. The songs include Flying, Fuzzy and Blue and Orange, All Dressed Up, Google Buggle, That's What Friends Are For, Grouchy Book, The Frogs in the Glen, All By Myself, Here, Surprise, Noise, That's Love, and Imagine With Me. Over in this area of paper dolls, they have a vintage Miss Piggy paper doll set back up there, as you can see, but they also have the 1989 reissue as well. And you can tell this is the 89 reissue that I'm pretty sure Craig Yo had something to do with, because it has this wild leopard print border around it. Very, very neat. Unfortunately, it's not in the best condition, or I would totally pick this up, because I don't believe I have the 1989 version of this paper doll set, but that is just really cool. Okay, so while not technically a Muppet, this is Magellan from Eureka's Castle, who was performed by Noel McNeil, otherwise known as Bear in the Big Blue House, who definitely is a Muppet. So that kind of counts, right? Over here, I found this Barkley ornament by Grolier. This, of course, was part of a larger line of Sesame Street ornaments they put out in the early 90s. And if I didn't already have this, I definitely would be picking it up for my collection. Over here with all these other mugs, they have a Wop from Lost in Space. Of course, this was a Jim Henson Creature Shop creation. And of course, you too can drink from Wop's brain. You know, chilled, floppy brains. It's like Indiana Jones. You could be on an adventure. Inside this case of keychains and small, I don't even know what else is in here, all kinds of figures. There's this very small Cookie Monster and Oscar the Grouch ornament. I'm not sure who even made this. I've never seen this before. Oscar's not happy. He's obviously saying bah humbug, but Cookie's happy. He's got some cookies. Just as you're leaving the store, they have this whole history of the store. Of course, it's been here for 29 years. You should just said 30. You should just made it 30. Why even just make it 29?
It's 32 now.
Oh, so this is a couple years old. Okay, so it was started 32 years ago. This whole thing is history. But you can read all about the amazing history of the Joys and Toys store. It's been here for 32 years now. I've been coming here for probably 30 of those 32 years. So it's been a long time. I mean, they even have a old patriotic Willow Grove Park under the auspices of the press and the Evening of Telegraph, Tuesday, September 4th, 1917 program. This is not a reprint as far as I know. That is an original program from Willow Grove Park, which if you don't know is now a mall. But they used to have John Philip Sousa there. Yeah, as you can see, from 1917. They have all kinds of amazing stuff here. We are almost out the door, and Dave says, hey, look at this over here. And I'm like, oh, what is this? Sesame Street pencils and erasers from Sesame Place. And we have Zoe and Big Bird, a whole pack of them. That is amazing. Zoe and Big Bird erasers.
Are you going to buy them?
I mean, I may. I mean, if I don't erase myself out of this video, I will have to get them. All right, we'll see.
Buy them.
Okay, so that's going to do it for Joys and Toys in Hatboro. We found a bunch of great stuff. Dave picked up some movies. I got a couple of Muppet things, actually. Not a whole lot, but a couple of Muppet things. Okay, now let's go and check out a Goodwill. Okay, so now Dave and I are at a Goodwill, and we're finding a bunch of Sesame Street stuff in the toy section. Here's Ernie, like this big wheel. Of course, he's got Rubber Ducky in the back there. That's fairly interesting. I guess maybe it was remote controlled at one point. I'm not sure what that is. They have a Rocket Elmo guitar, the Cookie Monster, Oscar, Ernie, and Big Bird. That's kind of cool. And then we have a Big Bird like popper, almost like one of those poppers you would have as a vacuum cleaner kind of thing. So I guess you put this on the ground here. Let's see what happens. And if you put this here and it pops. Okay, Sesame Street popping car. It's popping. And I saw this thing down here and I'm like, that's probably a Sesame Street camera. And it is. Of course, we have Big Bird on the front, and you turn this dial here and you get Prairie Dawn and Grover, Oscar, Ernie, Big Bird, Bert, and the Cookie Monster, all kind of just in this little thing here. And I guess you push this button, it takes the picture. I don't know. Hey, Dave.
Yeah?
Say cheese.
Cheese.
See, he said it. And here we have a few more odd Sesame Street toys. I guess it's kind of like a Simon kind of thing. You have this one kind of turns, this one goes back and forth. What's this Elmo thing do? It just kind of cranks back and forth like that. This one's like a gear. All right, and I guess it's supposed to light up at some point. I'm not sure what this thing's supposed to do, but all right. And then we have Cookie Monster's foodie truck. I should say Cookie Monster and Gonger's foodie truck. This is neat. It's like a shape toy. You can buy this fairly new at like Target and stuff. So I think it's not even complete. So I'm gonna pass on that, but definitely some cool finds today. Well, I should say definitely some cool Sesame Street finds. If only I could find some actual Muppets. Okay, now this is really interesting. Now there's a whole Sesame Street baby desk table play set thing. This is wild. I guess it's missing its batteries, but there's all kinds of sights and sounds and learning activities you can do with this thing. Unfortunately, I don't think many of them work. Oh, it even has a stash box. That's kind of cool. I don't know what else it's supposed to do, but I'm sure if you plugged it in or put batteries in it or used it appropriately, your kid would like this thing. They even have a Sesame Place cup over here. We have Grover, Big Bird, Elmo, Rosita, Oscar, Abby, Cookie Monster, and of course the Sesame Place logo. I think I have this version of this cup in the collection already. I'm not 100% sure, but this is very tempting. So obviously now I am back here in the MuppetStuff Museum, so let me show you what I picked up. First up from Joys and Toys is this Sesame Street's 25th Birthday, a musical celebration DVD. This is the Warner Brothers re-release, which I did not have in my collection, at least not brand new and factory sealed. And it was only $1, so how can I pass it up? Of course, this special has been released numerous times, but it's always great to find a copy still brand new and factory sealed. And as you saw on my way out the door, I spotted these Sesame Place pencil and eraser sets. The pencils feature Elmo and Zoe with the early 2000s Sesame Place logo, while the tops featured a different character in a circular eraser. So here we have Big Bird and Zoe. I like how they're protruding from the circle. It gives it a little more depth, a little more character, and it's kind of mischievous as well. It's sort of like, haha, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Try to stop me. Or try to erase me. which of course I would never do. Over at Goodwill, I picked up this Sesame Place cup, which I believe I have a couple of these already, but they're such great illustrations. They have like this kind of chalk look to them. I don't think they even have these anymore. So whenever I see these in such great condition, I'll pick them up. I also picked up this Sesame Street Play camera. You put down the button here, which is actually supposed to be the flash. So kids, back in the day, there were flash cubes on top of cameras, and so you hit the button here, look through the viewfinder, get your shot right, and boom, the flash pops up. So if you didn't quite know what that's supposed to be, that's what it's supposed to be. Anyway, you then turn this dial and you get Prairie Dawn or Grover or Oscar or Ernie. Oh, it winds up. Who are the people in your neighborhood? I'm trying not to sing it or else I'll get a copyright strike. But I guess it works because it plays the song. So the batteries must be dead now. So now we know it works because the song is playing non-stop. Oh, how do I get it to stop? Maybe if I take a picture of it. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, it stopped. The characters include Big Bird, Ernie, Oscar, Grover, Prairie Dawn, Cookie Monster, and Bert. You saw me with Dave, aka Cinema Sickness, who just returned from a trip to Disney World, and he brought me back a few items. And I should say, not just from Disney World, but his other thrifting adventures as well, because he found this New Adventures of Pinocchio DVD. Now, I knew that the Henson Company did the Pinocchio special effects and creatures for the Adventures of Pinocchio starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas. What I did not know is they made a sequel to that movie, and the Henson Company worked on the creatures for it. And while this sequel does not star Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Martin Landau returns as Geppetto. It also has Wicket and Willow himself, Warwick Davis. From the producers of The Adventures of Pinocchio comes an all-new adventure for the entire family, The New Adventures of Pinocchio. That's a very interesting title for this. I mean, it's basically Pinocchio 2, Electric Boogaloo. I think the Continuing Adventures would have been a better name, but okay, The New Adventures of Pinocchio it is. And of course, from Disney World, Dave brought me back a Sam Eagle sipper. Now, I have been eagerly awaiting this Sam Eagle sipper to arrive for so long. How cool is this? Sam Eagle does not get a whole lot of merch, so for Disney to put out a sipper cup of Sam Eagle is a high praise and a big compliment of the Muppets and of Sam himself, of course. It's never been used. The straw still has its plastic on it, so no soda or any other liquids have ever been in here. It is in mint condition, and as you can see, Sam, I guess, kind of approves. He is pledging his allegiance to the sipping cup community for allowing him to bestow this honor upon him as a new member of the sipper cup community, and he's just kind of frustrated and kind of happy and maybe kind of mad too, because he's clenching his fist on the back. So he's very patriotic and a little pissed off, which sounds about right for Sam. So good job, Disney. Perfect likeness. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite item from this video was. Please be sure to follow us on all our social media channels, and I'll see you next time from the Muppet Stuff Museum. Diddle-a-diddle-a-diddle-a-diddle-a-doo. Boom.